Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call the meeting to order. The City Council, City of Marque, Texas, special call meeting, Monday, September 16th, 2019, 6 p.m. Let the record reflect all members of council are present with the exception of Mayor Pro Tem Bell. Item 3 is a public hearing. Deputy Madam Clerk, if you'll call the time, please. 6 o'clock. We'll move into the public hearing from the regular meeting. This is to conduct a public hearing to hear public input regarding ordinance number 0-2019-0017, making appropriations for the support of the City of Marque for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2019 and ending September 30th, 2020, appropriating money to a sinking fund to pay interest and principal due on the city's indebtedness, and adopting the annual budget for the City of Marque 2019-20 fiscal year. Anyone wishing to speak? Anyone wishing to speak? Going 3 times. Anyone wishing to speak? I'm assuming it's 6:01. 6:01, we'll close the public hearing, go back into the regular meeting. Under item 4A, discussion possible action regarding adopting ordinance number 0-2019-0017 as delineated in the public hearing. I'll entertain a motion.
I second.
There's a motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item B, discussion possible action regarding adopting resolution number R-2019-0025, approving the issuance of 2019 series unlimited tax bonds by Galveston County Municipal District, Utility District number 68. This item was tabled from the September 9th, 2019 council meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, discussion.
I wish to make a modification to this resolution after a meeting with Mr. Austin and Mr. Jackson, Attico, and Chase Carey, and Ginger Manette, who represents the HOA from Saltgrass. In looking at it, under section 1 of the resolution at the very end, it says meets level debt service requirements of the city. Want to propose removing that. That will allow this bond to pay more principal throughout the life of the bond rather than rear end loading it. Is that correct, Mr. Austin? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. For the record, Tim Austin representing MUD 68. Just to clarify, I think, were you intending to remove level debt service requirement from the district's overall requirements?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to make it clear. If we just take out the words level debt service requirements, I think that doesn't accomplish what you're asking. I think it would be more something like such bonds. What you could do is say the city council hereby finds that the issuance of the 1,080 series. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the one from years ago. That the bonds meet the level debt service requirements of. You can delete the phrase meets the level debt service requirements of the city. Say such bonds are authorized to be issued, and the district is not required to meet level debt service requirements. I think that would do it.
Can I add a little bit to that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
What I would suggest that you do is say that you change that, the way it's stated in the resolution right now, to be, instead of meets level debt service, put and level debt service requirements established under resolution R 2016-007, exhibit A, be removed.
That would do it as well. Although I think it's R 2015-022.
022.
Yes.
R 2015-022, exhibit A.
That would be perfect.
Anybody have that in writing?
I'm getting it. R-2015-0022.
Yes, sir.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Correct.
and just that it does not require level debt service.
Does not require level debt service.
So just to clarify, we're saying that this bond issuance is not required to meet that consent condition
We're not.
for the municipal utility district creation?
And that would also apply to future bonds.
So I don't think that's gonna get you there. I think we'd have to modify the original consent conditions, which is not an agenda item.
Okay.
So it would apply to this bond issuance. If you wanna change the consent conditions for all bond issuance, we would need an agenda item that makes that clear.
Okay.
And then the
We can
council,
do that at another time, but
Right,
we'll
you-
take care of this one.
that's
Correct.
correct.
On
That,
this.
that's
So-
more than acceptable. Would it be okay if I drafted a resolution to send for your review?
Yes, sir.
And if you can make it clear that you're amending the originally issued consent conditions, that way we can, keep the agenda item nice and clean for public
Got it.
input as
I
well.
So
will
let
do
me
that.
get this clear, this change will go, municipal utility district number 68 meets, or has
And
some-
level debt service requirements.
Mr. City Manager, would you state the amendment, and then I'll have the councilman agree with your verbiage?
You could just approve it as written, and then we'll deal with the overall issue in a.
Well, then it would apply to this one as well.
Well, by passing it as written, you're basically saying this meets level debt service, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but I don't want that to happen with the bonds.
Okay,
With
well then,
no
Okay, so
chances.
section 1 would change to, the city council hereby finds the issuance of $3.845 million, or $3,845,000 series 2019 bonds by Galveston County Municipal Mud District number 68 is not required to meet level debt service requirements of the city as required under resolution R-2015-002 Exhibit A.
that's great.
Is that your amendment, Councilman?
Got it.
I'll need a second on the amendment.
Second.
Any further discussion on it? I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'll now, I'll entertain a motion for approval. Actually, we've already had that, but I'll do it again. A motion for approval on the resolution as amended.
So moved.
A second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, council. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Austin.
Item number C, discussion possible action regarding adopting resolution number R-2019-0028 and R-2019-0029, designation of signatory authority and permission to submit Texas Parks and Wildlife Boating Access Grant application. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
A second.
Motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item D, discussion possible action regarding adopting resolution number R-2019-0030 regarding blight designation for the Texas Department of Agriculture Community Development Block Grant, Office of Rural Development Downtown Revitalization Grant. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I understood our documents that came. So the specific area that's being designated is that attached
Correct.
photo, and this has gone before building standards, and
This,
just help me
it went
understand
before
what's
building standards, the actual designation of a district by the city went before building standards previously. I don't know that it ever came out of there because of some discussion they had in there. This is specifically just for that grant. It designates the area just for that grant so that we can apply for the revitalization grant.
and just for that one location?
Correct. It has to
Okay.
be in your downtown area.
Okay. And has there been any contestation to this or anything like with this particular property or anything? Or is, like any, I guess the attachment of the building, like this retail space?
That was the EDC property
Uh-huh,
that EDC recently demolished,
uh-huh.
and it has to be designated for the purpose of
I see,
applying.
just to
the
move,
grant.
all right,
It's only for the application purposes.
Okay.
It's not
There's nothing else going on except us designating this area that's already been flattened as this area to move forward. Cool.
This is all about starting to apply for every grant available out there that we can possibly get.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. I thought that I'd seen this photo before. I just wanted to make sure that. Okay. Great. Thank you. That's all I
We
had.
weren't bulldozing downtown Lamar.
Yeah. I was just like, I should know before.
Gonna get a grant and
Yeah.
bulldoze everything. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item E, discussion possible action regarding adopting resolution number R-2019-0031, approving the submission of the TDA Downtown Revitalization Grant application and designating the mayor and the city manager as the authorized signatories, as well as city's authorized representatives. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item F, discussion possible action regarding adopting ordinance number 0-2019-0021, amending Article 4 subdivisions of Chapter 41 Land Development of the City of Lamarque Code of Ordinances, amending rules and governing plats and subdivisions of land, including providing for development plats as recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Council, we need to do this in its current form this evening, and it's going to be a work in progress as we go forward with probably one or several amendments to conform to the new state rules that the legislature has.
That's what's bringing this up.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we got to start somewhere.
And that's the
because
masonry requirements and all of that.
Well,
So much stuff.
Most of it had to deal with plating requirements.
Okay.
This is in relation to the HB 3167. And what came out of the legislature related to that and a few other things, but basically this was an issue with large cities weren't taking care of what they need to be taking care of in a timely manner. And so they threw together this gumbo of all this junk and just threw it at us after they approved it. And so we're just trying to get where we're in line with the new law right now, and it is gonna be a work in progress. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get straight, but at least this gets us in line with the current law right now, so we can start working through it.
The masonry, and rental restriction would fall under creation of an HOA. And masonry would also, well, not under HOA, but it would fall under like a planned development district, is what we would, was it they have to be incentivized money-wise, so a reduced fee would cover that, or lot sizes also.
Well, and
combination.
right, and that's correct, related to the building facade legislation. This actually is a different bill.
Yeah.
So this is the one that requires that the planning commission, the city council get through plat approvals in a very strict timeline. It also affects the order that things happen in. They've kind of taken a lot of flexibility out of the process. So
see.
we have changed the process up. What we did is basically take the simplest form of a subdivision ordinance that complied with the statute, try to start there.
Okay.
So it's really clean for everyone involved, hopefully for the developers as well. Engineering already finished the review and we've incorporated all of those changes. So that's where you got the version, I think, that was emailed this morning. That includes some of those. It's also a couple of minor changes from the legal side to make sure that we're as compliant with the statute as we can be until we get some AG opinions and case law on that. But that's where, as the mayor says, it's going to be a bit of a work in progress because there's no city out there who knows what all this bill includes.
Okay.
We've taken a fairly conservative approach, but yet hopefully one that's still practical for staff and for developers to get through. The biggest change that you should know about is there's no preliminary plat anymore. That said, that process has kind of been incorporated in some other areas to the extent we can keep it, and everything's laid out as clearly as we can make that process.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
They made a mess with that law.
Bottom line, this is a have to, not necessarily want to. So I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
And there's a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There being no other business to come before the council, thank you, Ms. Deere, for being here and sitting in with us. And I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.